5 controversies depicted in the thriller film Seberg. The political thriller film Seberg details real-life controversies that hounded troubled actress Jean Seberg.
Who is Jean Seberg?
Who was portrayed on screen by A-lister Kristen Stewart. From her scandal-ridden love life to her being an FBI target and her mysterious death, Seberg's off-cam exploits outshadowed her on-screen achievements. Here are the controversies she weathered, which are depicted in Seberg, showing on December 13th, 2019. Number 5. Chaotic relationships. In Jean Seberg's 40 years of life, she was romantically involved with 5 men, got married 4 times, and became a divorcee twice. At 19 years old, Seberg met lawyer François Moreuil in France while filming her second movie, Bonjour Tristesse, and they wed on September 5, 1958. But Seberg described their marriage as violent and complained that she got married for all the wrong reasons, so they divorced in 1960. After 2 years, the actress plunged into marriage for the second time with Romain Gary, a French diplomat, novelist, and filmmaker 24 years her senior. Despite having a son, Alexander Diego, the Gary couple divorced in 1970 at a time when Seberg was romantically involved with Mexican student revolutionary Carlos Ornelas Navarra. Their affair allegedly bore a daughter who died 2 days after Seberg gave birth to her on August 23, 1970. She married in 1972 American director Denis Barry, who directed her in the 1975 French drama The Big Delirium. They divorced in 1979, and Seberg soon entered into a Muslim union with Algerian Ahmed Hasni, who abused her according to Seberg herself. Sadly, these relationships just caused her pain in her short but troubled life. Number 4. Target of the FBI COINTELPRO project. Much of the film Seberg actually delves into a turbulent period in Jean Seberg's life when she was included in the list of FBI's targets for allegedly funding various groups that supported civil rights. These groups included the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, Native American school groups near her hometown of Marshalltown, Iowa, and the revolutionary political organization Black Panther Party. The FBI became aware of Seberg's contributions to these groups totaling $11,000. And this triggered the launching of an operation against Seberg, using the COINTELPRO program, techniques to harass, intimidate, defame, and discredit her. The goal was to neutralize Seberg by causing her embarrassment in order to cheapen her image with the public. In 1970, the FBI created a false story that Seberg was pregnant not with her husband Romain Gary's child, but with a leading Black Panther Party member. The stress caused Seberg to give birth prematurely, and the infant died 2 days later. Moreover, Seberg was also subjected to wiretapping, surveillance, break-ins, and intimidation-oriented activities. Number 3. Hollywood blacklisting. Only the real lucky ones get to star in a titular role in their debut movie, and the then 19-year-old Jean Seberg in 1957 was among the few.
My lord, I am only a poor country girl.
She played Joan of Arc in her first film, St. Joan, which was a commercial and critical failure. Despite that, Seberg continued to make films under British and Hollywood productions. But when she married her first husband, François Moreuil, a French lawyer, Seberg decided to live in France and achieve success as the free love heroine of French new wave films in the 1960s. She managed to do a few American films like Lilith with Warren Beatty, Moment to Moment, and A Fine Madness alongside Sean Connery. But when Seberg became a target of the FBI COINTELPRO investigation from 1969 to early 1970, she suddenly stopped appearing in Hollywood films. Seberg cited that she didn't like the roles offered to her, some of which were pornographic, and great roles, whether big or small, stopped coming her way. However, FBI experts suggested Seberg was effectively blacklisted from Hollywood films. Number 2. Mental health battle. The thought that she was an FBI smear campaign target for supporting militant groups was already a legit cause for Jean Seberg's mental anguish. How much more when she experienced firsthand the FBI's operation against her? Seberg's phones were tapped. She was aggressively stalked and intimidated. A fake story about a Black Panther member fathering her unborn child circulated by the FBI was picked up by the Los Angeles Times as a blind item. But Newsweek named Seberg and claimed the story was true. Who could have endured this much mental torture and harassment? In 1979, Seberg's second husband, Romain Gary, publicly blamed the FBI's campaign against Seberg for her deteriorating mental health and claimed the actress became seriously depressed. The premature birth that led to the death of Seberg's infant daughter in 1970 started her downward spiral that she repeatedly attempted to take her life at each death anniversary of her second child, according to Gary. In her autobiography, Blue Jeans, Seberg described some of her experiences undergoing psychiatric treatment to preserve her mental health. Number 1. Scandalous Death. In July 1979, Jean Seberg almost killed herself by attempting to jump in front of a Paris subway train, according to her last husband, Ahmed Hasni. On August 30th, 1979, Seberg and Hasni went out on a movie date night, but the actress was gone the following morning. That's when Hasni reported Seberg's disappearance to the police. The circumstances of her death were filthy and pathetic. On September 8th, Seberg's decomposing body wrapped in a blanket was found in the back seat of a Renault car parked near her Paris apartment. As the press reported, her body had baked in the sun and the odor was unimaginably foul. Police found bottles of barbiturates and mineral water and a suicide note for her son, which read in part in French, "Forgive me, I can no longer live with my nerves." Though her death was ruled as a probable suicide, the police suspected several people of having a hand in her death. In 1980, additional charges were filed against undisclosed persons for non-assistance of a person in danger. If you find this video infotaining, please subscribe to our channel and make us part of your daily habit.